So, I mean, although probably if Ram Charan was here, he'd be better equipped to answer it since he's really held the production of this together. But what kind of efforts are required to combine cinema and to create, like you're saying, like a pan-Indian film experience, a true Indian film? Because this to me represents that. Yes. You know, when you have people from all different fraternities coming together, do you think that this will probably encourage more of that to happen?
The topic is very important. The story is very important. Content. I never knew until I met him and he narrated the idea to me that Sye Raa was perhaps the first freedom fighter the nation had ever seen.
Right.
And he actually fought the British and fought for the freedom of the country. Anytime you talk about the freedom of the country, you want to talk about getting rid of the invader, it always has a great passionate and great patriotic value.
Right.
And then when you attach emotion to it, when you attach Indian ethos, Indian sentiment, our Sanskriti, so to say,
right.
I just feel it, somewhere it always hits a very raw nerve within all of us. And it comes through very strongly.
That's right.
That's, although you have told us that when you thought of the role of a Guruji, Mr. Bachchan was the first person who came to your mind. Was that purely from within you, or did even like maybe say Ram Charan or other family members who were collaborating with you and they say, why don't you nudge, why don't you have a word with Mr. Bachchan?
Director, he was telling, sir, I couldn't imagine anyone other than Bachchan Saab being your guru.
Right.
I said, who can be your guru? And age-wise, respect-wise, and all these things. So first, we didn't have any anything in our mind. So if Bachchan Saab, if he is there, then we can go for India. Or no. To justify the character, we thought of him. And then later, it appealed.
Right.
Pan-India. That way, it's so helpful, he being my guru. And that's how it came to my mind. They know pretty well the relationship of our both families. And he is confident enough, if you can ask, put a word, I think he will can mobilize. I immediately asked Charan, director was telling like this, if I ask, it will be okay. And I think character is very respectable character, and it is a guru. It's a cameo. Now maybe 5-6 days has to spend. Better ask. Then in Rajya Sabha that time I was member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. So Mrs. Jaya Bachchan was my housemate.
Right.
So I told her, Madam, I want to talk to Bachchan Saab. I got access, I can talk to him, but if it is through you, I'm confident he will listen to me, whatever I ask. He said, no, that way he is very accessible. More than phone call, he is accessible to SMS. He said, so she herself has given me a number.
Sir, ये एक secret दे दिया आपने. No, nobody has.
So I took that number and I SMS immediately. He responded. I'm so overwhelmed. I said, sir, this is the character. And I said, yeah, you think do I justify? Yes, sir, definitely, sir. Then you can imagine you will the best. Then send your crew. That's how it is happening.
Right. And Amit uncle, do you relate to this character in any way, like any similarity? Do you feel like when you, in terms of just the way this character is?
I don't agree with him saying that I'm his guru, but if the film demands it in the story, yes. And I think it's like a time period where he actually starts meeting Narasimha Reddy when he's a kid.
Right.
And he sees in him the kind of spark which is quite unusual for a kid of his age. And that's how he feels that, yes, he must...
and he challenges that emotion in a proper way. So you have to fight within yourself.
Right.
That time will come. That time I'll prompt you when to go into the battle.
Right.
That's how we'll give us all suggestions. So
but you do realize that you've played this role in many people's lives unknowingly also.
Rubbish.
No, seriously.
What?
I genuinely feel, I mean, yesterday we were...
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I'm just digressing a bit. Yesterday we were out promoting a film of our own, and everybody asked us, of course, about commenting and about you receiving this prestigious honor. And honestly, I think apart from the fact that you've entertained people through your films, there has been so much inspiration and motivation that generations of people have felt, to want to come to the film industry, to want to do good work so that they can somehow make their way to collaborate with you in some kind of way. And that in itself is a teacher. A teacher does that. You know, is inspired you to be your best. And I really do feel that you've played that role in many people's lives, including my own.
Can you see the expression on my face?
Yes, you're kind of looking through me and
No,
hoping that somebody says
it's
pack up.
complete disbelief of what you're saying.
No, it is true. It is true.
And I don't believe it at all.
Well,
I'm
I'm not alone in my feelings.
Yeah.
Well, this film talks about culture. It talks about tradition. It talks about heritage. Is there any one tradition that you follow in your life?
Well, I was quite amazed and quite surprised to see some of the traditions that you will see and the country will see
Right.
Through this film. And there were many aspects of the film traditionally which go back to our ancestors and our early years, which I was unaware of. Not to say that I'm very conversant with them, but even for me as an Indian, to know of these traditions, to know of this culture, was awesome. I mean, right. and the degree with which it has been portrayed. I mean, it's right. not just two people sitting and forming some kind of a puja or doing something like that. It's like massive. I mean, it's unbelievable. You must have
seen
the
visuals. You can see the
seen the visuals.
Yagam.
So in your life, are there any traditions that you hold very dear?
We hails from the Hindu family. That's whatever festivals and other things we do follow, and all these traditions, we 100% we do follow. When it comes to the film, very authentically we did, but little bit of because being Uyaro Narasimha Reddy hails from South India. That kind of atmosphere will be there, but which can be accepted by all nook and corner of India.
So if there's a havan that is happening,
right.
which is a normal traditional thing at the time of a prayer, it's normally done with say 3 or 4 people. But when you see thousands of people doing the havan and chanting, it always has a...
it resonates in a very different
resonance. Very well.
Well, like in film, of course, the director actually has the ultimate vision. He's the so-called captain of the ship. And as actors, you are conduits of his vision or her vision to tell the story. And through that, you have helped people achieve their dreams. You know, like, because it's a dream. For a director to tell a story is a dream. Yeah. Who in your lives has helped you achieve yours? The dreams that you had for yourselves?
I don't know whether I had that confidence or not. I still don't. But I think from a very young age, you start getting these things in your mind. I think right from the time when you are able to read a book, for example, and you're reading a story, and suddenly you start imagining yourself as part of that story, whether you're the hero or the king or the villain. And I don't know how, but you just start imagining that he would be like this and he would do like this. Then you start reading plays. And when you read a play, then you start imagining yourself to be one of the characters in the play.
Right.
And then you go and see cinema and you say, hey, this is a great medium.
Right.
And then you start having favorites. And you say, hey, this guy is really
Sorry,
good.
do you remember the first film you saw in a theatre?
I saw a Lauren and Hardy film.
Was the first film? So do you remember the first film you saw?
Yeah, it is Maya Bazaar. Maya Bazaar was my first picture, as I remember.
And my first Hindi film was Jagriti.
Was Jagriti, okay. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying that.
So then you start admiring the people that are performing in front of you. You say, hey, this is really good. And I think there also you begin to form your parameters and you start judging.
Right.
And that process keeps, haunting you all throughout. I must behave this way or must be able to perform this way or let's do it this way. And then gradually it transforms when you get an opportunity to get in front of the camera to be able to convey that. I guess that's what happens. And you still live with those early impressions.
Right. No, but what Chiranjeevi sir was saying, because I mean this is something that is very well known about a certain degree of disappointment that you did face when you first started. And almost people on some level just writing you off saying that nothing major is going to happen. Then at that point, like he says, the kind of confidence that you need to have in yourself
Yeah.
Did that play a very major role, or do you just call it fortune that you happened to meet the right people at the right? How did that come about? Because it was a tough time. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
as I said, I can't talk about the kind of confidence that he talks of because I never seem to have that, and I still don't. But when something comes across to you, then you look upon it as a challenge, you try to work on it and try and deliver whatever has been given to you.